Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cadet Student Network as we kick off another season of CBC Soccer on CSN. We are thrilled to be bringing you the game on an absolutely glorious evening at W. Michael Ross 66 Stadium. The Tim Kylo broadcast booth is ready to roll, and so are the Cadets as they will come out to open their season against the Falcons of Rockwood Summit High School. We are going to step aside for the prayer and playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we will have starters and CSN soccer for you. Thanks for joining us.
Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we thank you for being with us tonight. Please protect all participants from injury and allow us to exhibit good sportsmanship and respect throughout this game. We give you thanks for the talents of these young men, and we pray that they carry the bonds of brotherhood formed through athletics with them for the rest of their lives. Bless our efforts as we develop young men who are guided by faith, strengthened by intellect, committed to justice, and prepared to lead and serve. For this we pray, amen. St. John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet our starting lineups. First, for the visiting Falcons of Rockwood Summit. Starting at goal, a senior, number 0, Brayden Boger. A senior, number 2, Nick Nusser. A senior, number 3, Jake Curran. A senior captain, number 4, Caden Dingus. A senior, number 5, Chase Farmer. A senior, number 6, Wyatt Etchen. A senior, number 8, Cole K. Polsak. A senior, number 9, AJ Tui. A senior captain, number 10, Jake Steele. A senior, number 11, Evan Wade. And a senior, number 15, Will Sander. The head coach of the Falcons is Mr. Tom Wade. His assistants are Mario Cachapo and Dominic Haggard. And now, let's meet the starting lines for the 10-time state champion CBC Cadets. Starting in goal, a junior, number 1, Stone Degree. A senior captain, number 2, Adam Nicoletti. A senior, number 3, Kiefer Cole. A senior, number 4, Chase Gardner. A senior captain, number 5, Parker Jetton. A senior captain, number 6, Ethan Norkitis. A sophomore, number 8, Cole Beck. A junior, number 9,
There you have the starters. We'll run through them one more time just to make sure you heard them loud and clear. For the visiting Falcons of Rockwood Summit, in goal is Braden Boger. In front of him, number 2, Nick Nusser. 3, Jake Curran. 4, Caden Dingus. 5, Chase Palmer. 6, Wyatt Etchen. 8, Cade Polsak. 9, AJ Tui. 10, Jack Steele. 11, Evan Wade. And 15, Will Sander. They're coached by Tom Wade. And the Cadets in goal, number 1, Stone DeGrief. In front of him, 2, Adam Nicoletti. 3, Kiefer Cole. 4, Chase Gardner. 5, Parker Jetton. 6, Ethan Norkitis. 8, Cole Beck. 9, Connor Camps. 10, Stevie Jones. 11, Nathan Dang. 12, Will Sharamatero. And the Cadets are coached by Mr. Randy Roy. First time we've said those words on CSN, so congratulations to Coach Roy, his first game at the helm for the Cadets. Very exciting night for him, and exciting night for all of us as we kick off another season of CBC Soccer. My name is Tom Eichwald, thrilled to be bringing you another season of soccer, and joining me is Mr. Randy Gardner.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. Summer seems like it takes so long until we get to this first game. These guys are ready to practice, or I should say play against somebody else. They've been practicing for about a month now. It's time to face somebody and put all that aggression into the game.
We have been CBC Soccerless since November 12th of 2024. That is when CBC lost in the district championship game over at Chaminade. Summit has been soccerless slightly longer. Their season came to an end against Vianney. That was back on November 5th, again in the district round. So these two teams have been hungry. They've been waiting around a while, and they are eager to go. Now, the Summit Falcons did already play one game. They played last week, beating Jackson by a score of 3-2. So they have had one game under their belts. Cadets have had kind of a shootout. So they played 2 30-minute mini games, but this is the first full game for your CBC Cadets. They are in the gold jerseys, purple shorts, purple socks. They're going right to left across your screen. And the Summit Falcons in the visiting white, they are going left to right. Ball played up, Jetton steps. We're seeing a 4-man back line for CBC. We'll give you the shape. A little bit different system than we're maybe used to seeing if you've been around a while. First, an early opportunity potentially. That was Beck. Now it is Sharamatero. Quick ball movement. This is Dang. Right foot, he pulls it, but promising early movement for the Cadets.
Yeah, that's one thing I talked earlier with Randy Roy, Coach Roy, about is that you're going to see a lot more energy out of this team this year. They're going to press high and try to force those mistakes, and we saw that early here the first 2-3 minutes of this game.
So we are seeing a back four. Going to see what is looking kind of like a 4-4-2, maybe a 4-4-1-1 if you want to be very specific about it. But we'll see how that shape develops as we see the team settle in. Here's Gardner, clears it. He's playing a little bit in front of Jetton, his center back partner. A bit of head tennis before Chase Palmer brings it down. Got some help from Wyatt Etchen. Now Dang. Norkitis tracking back. This is AJ Tui. He loses out. Recycled with Will Sander. The right back steps up. Not a bad looking switch. Jack Steele just lost his footing. He's able to get there though. And Kiefer Cole doing a nice job over at right back, wins it back. All right, now we see Cole looking for Camps. Camps wearing the number 9, looking like he will be leading the line, and this is a foul called against the Falcons. It'll be a CBC free kick.
Kind of what we expected, a 90-mile-an-hour pace this first 5 minutes of this game. Both teams excited to be out here on the pitch, getting this underway. Summit coming in as their second game, but here for CBC being the first game. Just get out there, work those nerves out, move the ball around. This game will settle itself down and kind of settle into a pace that they can sustain for 80 minutes.
Only competitive action so far for the Cadets was, as we mentioned, 2 30-minute mini games in a jamboree last week. You were there, Randy. What were your thoughts, your first look at the team last week?
The first game they played really well. Kind of slowed the game down, controlled it, and then the second game they...
Opportunity here for the Falcons, and that is out for a corner. Nice job by Kiefer Cole to get in there.
Yeah, that second game, they had to sit for 45 minutes in between the two games. So the second game you come out, you're a little bit cold, you're not ready to go. They look good, but that first game was really what I think defined this team and what we're going to see all year.
Chase Palmer, right-footed delivery up at the penalty spot. The flick header is missed. Actually, I don't think that was a flick header. I think that was a headed shot attempt that just skipped right off the forehead. And good movement here on that far side. That won't trouble Stone. And it'll be a goal kick for the Cadets. 36:44 to go. I want to welcome everybody to a brand new season of soccer on the Cadet Student Network. We are pleased to be bringing it to you from the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. You'll hear us tell you all about our friend and sponsor, State Farm agent and CBC alum Tim Kylo. If you are maybe taking a break from insurance shopping to join us for soccer, do both. You can check him out. Send him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com, or give him a call, 314-842-4442. As this one bounces up and down. A little bit hectic right now. Norkitis comes away with it. Left-footed shot hits Nick Nusser. And still bouncing around. Fortunately, Jetton is able to clear. Parker Jetton, a player who played more in the midfield last year than in the back. But he is partnering Gardner in a brand new central defensive pairing. Now Nicoletti over here on the left. Did play some at left back last season. Early opportunity. Right-footed shot is wide. That was Nusser. So it is Kiefer Cole playing right back. Gardner and Jetton in the middle. Adam Nicoletti over here on the near side. In the midfield, it is Nathan Dang on the near wing. Looks like Stevie Jones over there on that far wing. Attacking midfielder is Will Sharamatero. Holding midfielder is Ethan Norkitis. And defensive midfielder, there you saw right there. Actually, that was Ethan Norkitis, your defensive midfielder. The holding midfielder is number 8. That is Cole Beck. Up top, Connor Camps left him out somehow. I think I got everybody. This is Gardner, put under pressure. Norkitis has been such a steady influence in this midfield for years now. Ever since he was a freshman, broke into the varsity squad, and has just been a mainstay in either that number 6 or 8 role, depending on how he's deployed. You're always going to see him composed on the ball. He is going to be a key man for CBC. Here's Jetton looking for Dang. Dang loses out. Nicoletti comes away with it. He's got support. This is Nathan Dang on the left side. He's got one inside, just a heavy touch though, and that's going to get away from him. He'll want that one back.
Yeah, talking to Coach also, some keys to this game. You're going to see the outside backs and Nicoletti and Cole kind of push up the field a lot in this game, and you kind of saw it there, that extra attack as they push up the field. As the game goes on, the legs start to get a little bit heavy. You'll really see that start to make a difference.
And you did talk to Coach Roy just a little bit about kind of the moment in CBC soccer history of starting a new era and what we can expect. You know, of course, the balancing of the tradition that has been built in this program, but also kind of something new.
Right. You know, Coach Roy's been around a long time. He's a total of 7 years with the CBC soccer system. He played here. He was on state championship. So he understands that tradition that has been built through all these years. But he also understands that this is a new era now. This is his team, his squad. It's time for him to make his mark. So the balance of that, playing that in this first year, this first game, this first season, it's a delicate thing as a coach.
It is, and you already see, you know, some of those elements that have become hallmarks. You see the national anthem, one hand on the shoulder, that has not changed. We were joking at lunch today about the numbers. You know your starting lineup, just work your way down the numerical list. You know, numbers being tied to positions, so that tradition's still alive. But a little bit different look about the team. Now, this is Beck. Good ball for Dang. He's got support. He's got Stevie coming in from the right side. Instead, Dang cuts inside. Now that was Beck. All the way across. Good run from Kiefer Cole. Into the middle. Well dealt with defensively by the center back. And now the Falcons are able to clear.
And you saw there's that run by Cole, which created that opportunity.
And you have to say, good awareness by Dang to recognize all the space that was available to him over on this near side and make that run. Saw him take a heavy touch a few minutes ago. He wasn't going to make that same mistake twice.
We also talked about creating opportunities. Is this going to be a team that is a through ball team? Is it a kick and run team? Is it a slow the ball down, control the game? Randy basically said this is a team that I trust, to create their own opportunities, and when they see something, try to exploit it. So it might be something different all the time.
Will Sander trying to find a way through. Can't do it as Jetton steps up. Now he's going to get another go. This is Chase Dingus. Trying to get it on the right. Good defense by Nicoletti. Great challenge. Just kept it in as well. Dang trying to turn. I think that's off of Nathan's leg. Doesn't like the call.
Yeah, great job by Nicoletti not to dive in in a very dangerous part of the field.
And he's a player that, when he first came up, we saw him more playing wing midfield, but has settled into that wingback role, played a fair bit there last year, and looks really solid. And a lot of speed going forward with that left foot, too.
And if he has the opportunity in this system to kind of push up anyway, it's just putting him up in that midfield area with his exceptional defensive skills back there anyway.
That is an outstanding long throw there from Evan Wade. I imagine we're going to see that be a dynamic in this game. Just kind of kept floating. So that is going to be a weapon that they will look to use. This one goes all the way back to Boger, who's under pressure. Camps almost got there. Now Stevie trying to mop up on the far side, just couldn't control it. We might be seeing a masterclass of side spin on throw-ins today.
That the whole art of the throw-in is gone in terms of you pretty much do anything you want as long as you don't one-arm throw it.
Well, it has become basically a one-arm throw just with the second hand on there. But if they're not calling it, use it. It's a weapon. It is absolutely a weapon you can use. Good nod to tradition by the ball boy there. Did you see that technique?
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was glorious. Two hands right over the head. 10 minutes gone. We are still scoreless. You're looking at the Cadets in gold jerseys, purple shorts, purple socks. They're going right to left. This is Cole Beck. Good job to recognize that Stevie had drifted off sides.
Yeah, he might have had Stevie on that first touch there. Stevie was anticipating that.
This is Gardner over there. Or cuts inside. Nice tackle. Kiefer Cole did a nice job cutting back inside. Gardner followed his man out. Kiefer does absolutely what he is supposed to. Drops back in. Those little things that you just hard to do in practice. You really need to be in that game situation to pick up those communication points. And well done. Nicoletti, pass blocked by A.J. Tui. Tui into the middle. Only finds Norkaitis, who dropped back. Now Dang. Nathan Dang has lots of space over here on the near side. Tries to hit the outside of the boot switch. Norkaitis saying, what about me over here on the near side? You like the idea to switch the play.
He tried to hit that ball with the outside of his foot. If he would have curled the ball the other way, could have got it down inside there for that through ball.
Well, and that's just such a hard pass to hit perfectly. Ooh, good turn here. This is dangerous for the Cadets. Right-footed shot. That is a goal. That is a goal. Summit jumps out to the lead. I believe that was number 9, A.J. Tui, who had drifted over to that side. No, it wasn't 9. Trying to see the number. Chase Palmer. Yeah, it is number 5. Chase Palmer opens the account here in the first half. 28:41 to go.
Not sure if that ball got deflected and kind of bounced back. It was kind of got there to him really quickly.
Well, it was just a little switch off. Couldn't tell what happened there over on that right side of the defense, and just ball got played in just too easy, and a great finish as he went. I think Stone was waiting for him to go to that far post and hit it across him, and instead he came back to the near post and just got one just past Stone's right hand. So 1-0 Summit, 28:41 to go. Not the start the Cadets were looking for. But you don't really learn the character of a team if you never fall behind. So good opportunity to see what you got.
In the 12th minute, Falcon goal scored by number 5, Chase Palmer.
There you hear the goal announced by
For the Falcons,
Scott Brown, Assistant Athletic Director. Just 12 minutes gone. The Cadets find themselves 1-0 down. And you can see what that attack for Summit is trying to do, trying to move vertically a lot, see if they can draw defenders out They're not playing in a flat line across. You're going to see them dropping in, doing a nice job, just trying to see what the CBC defense is going to do, if they're going to follow them, and if so, who's filling in behind them. Because if you're going to follow them out, nobody's filling in behind. It could be a long night.
Yeah, good movement by, like you mentioned, good movement by Summit, trying to not playing that long ball, looking for that guy up top, hold it for a second and play the ball through. A little frantic from both teams, and you can expect that. You're looking, it's early in the season. Both teams excited, as we mentioned, to be out here, especially the Cadets who have not faced anybody. This is their first game. Maybe a good challenge to be down 1-0 early.
A bit of a delay here, but we're back underway with the goal kick. Just over Dang's head, bounces all the way back to Jetton. And he will go back to Stone to Grief. See the idea there. De Grief looking to find Stevie over there on the wing. Just couldn't control, though. It's a nice job by Will Sharamatero to get back and win that. Gardner's pass intercepted. Now it's Jetton's turn. Just a nice job by Summit's front line, just making things just that little bit uncomfortable.
Trying to force the ball little now. That's the bad thing about going down.
There you go. That's a good
touch.
That is a good touch. And this is Beck. Looking to hit it with the right. He does. He hit Camp's back post, who wanted to wind up and hit it. Nicoletti steps up now. Still Adam Nicoletti. Wants to hit it with the left. In the end, it's going to be comfortable for Boger, but nice idea there. And a ton of space. There are pockets in the Summit team where it just kind of opens up.
I was just going to say that, and you saw it there. They can expose that.
Well, and I don't know if, let's see, Dang looking over the top for Camps. Camps heads it down. Stevie couldn't get there in time. Sharamatero was over there as well. And the Falcons tried to head it through on their end. But I don't know if it's the midfield just getting a little bit compact. Haven't seen exactly what it is, but that's a couple times now where you've had a Cadet find himself, kind of out ahead of the back four with all kinds of space where the midfield meets the defense.
Yeah, right now, Summit just one step quicker in multiple places around the field.
I think what it is, they've got one defensive midfielder. That's number 3, Jake Curran. And every other midfielder is way in advance of him. There's a good 15, 20 yards of space between your defensive mid and his nearest playing partner. So if you can get the ball in that space, you can cause some problems.
Yeah, and Summit not afraid to play that ball up and challenge the Cadet defense.
First changes for the Cadets. Dang and Camps will get a break. Looks like Lucas Sharamatero. Nope, not Lucas Sharamatero. That is, what was that, 14 and 16. So that is Frankie Eilerman and Jude Light coming in. Long throw. Watch this now. Good throw, headed in. And it hit the head of Nick Nusser, but down for Stones.
That's it.
Gathering. Might have actually hit Nusser's hand as he headed down. Took a weird bounce as it came through. Eilerman trying to turn. Again stymied. But look at the space between the midfield and back line. Good first control from Leicht. Right foot across, looking in the middle. Sharamatero and Jones both there. Will gets it with the head. Falcons unable to clear. Will tries to bring it down. He's got support. That's Kiefer Cole. Now Stevie Jones. Good turn. And still Stevie just couldn't keep it in bounds. But you see the quick feet that Stevie's got, and actually it was played out for a corner. So nice job.
Yeah, you're seeing flashes of brilliance around the field early here in little pockets. Just analyzing the first 10 minutes or so of this game, just, if we slow it down a little bit, play a little more control, you see what we do when we move the ball. When we start to get a little frantic and just try to play it, it's not working.
Corner taken short. It was Norkaitis who hit it in. Now Nicoletti, Jetton. Closed down really nicely there by Jack Steele. And with 22:49 to go, this will be, we got a substitution, I think, happening before the throw. Nope, they're just moving him back. Keeping Kiefer honest over there, making sure he's taking the throw in from the proper space. Here he is inside. Will Matero now. He's met by Jake Curran, and that's out for a CBC throw.
When I talk about this every year, and it's one thing I try to teach the kids that I coach, is your first touch is so crucial. And we're seeing that across the field right now in terms of just that first touch not being right at your feet in a soccer position. Like, that's a great touch.
That is a great touch by Jetton. Brought it down on the right. Still Parker Jetton. Good ball through. Ooh, you saw the idea. Eilerman was running. Now Light. Jude pokes it ahead. He's got a little help. Now this is Will Matero. Tries to cross it in. It's blocked. Seeing some great ideas on these runs. Just hasn't quite materialized. Good effort there to try to get back in by Jude Light. And it would be a CBC throw. Nicoletti over here. This being a better spell of possession for the Cadets. Need to turn this into something meaningful, though. You have to start creating some chances. Good turn by Beck. Straight down Broadway, and that'll be easy for Boger. Just maybe exactly what you were saying, just a little bit forced, trying to go right down Main Street instead of playing a little bit more indirect over to that side. Had a couple of runners poised.
Always a big fan also of just if you're in a position where you've got a foot or two, just turn and hit. Make the keeper put his hands on it, especially early here. You don't know what's going to happen. Look for a rebound. Just light a couple up.
And that is going to be a foul called against Nick Nusser. He brought down Norkitis, and it will be a correction call against Norkitis, who brought down Nick Nusser. I was going to say it looked like more of a foul on CBC than Summit. My eyes didn't let me down. That wasn't the problem there.
Your family in attendance tonight?
Yeah, we've got, let's see, there's comfortable for Stone to Grief. Very good at handling the ball. Got very safe hands. You saw him there. It's a family affair tonight. Son taking in just his second CBC soccer game. Slept through the first one last year. Great picture of him up here on a beautiful fall evening, just sleeping in the stroller with the game happening in the background. He's down there watching, though. Taking it all in. Love to see him celebrate a goal here.
Is he going to follow in father's footsteps as a keeper, or are you training?
We'll see. Well, he does. His first instinct is to pick up every ball he sees. The idea of hitting it with his foot is a little foreign to him, so
does he drop the
chances
bottle?
Are good.
Hands on the bottle.
He's
no
got
drops.
He's got pretty good hands. I tell you, he mastered early the art of holding as many pacifiers as he possibly can in one hand. He can hold 5 or 6 in one hand. It's pretty impressive to watch. There's a header. That was Light. Ball still in play, and that's going to go out. Good save by Boger.
Almost in slow. It looked like it was in slow motion.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones that fool a keeper. It seems too easy.
Well, it's the changeup. It's coming straight down. You can't get any power on it. The keeper sees it hit your head. He wants to react, so he's a little bit off balance. But Boger did well with that one. It's an awkward one, and he got there. CBC trying to figure out who's going to go take this. It is going to be Will Matero again. Last time he played short to Norkitis. This time the short man is Jones. We do know that these short corners could be a point of emphasis this season, at least at the start. And Jones with the left foot in. That's a very important tackle by Beck there. If he doesn't make that tackle, Palmer is away. And Beck can't keep it in. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, that's how quickly that game can shift on a ball like that. When you're playing a short corner, if you don't put that ball pretty much deep into the box when you got everybody up, the counterattack can kill you.
And that's where you're placing a lot of trust in Beck is the man back. You see the number 6 Norkitis drop in just because of how good he is on the ball, especially in tight areas. You need that on those short corners, which tells you Beck is the guy who then drops back to support Gardner and Jetton. And he did a nice job. Just past halfway. Told you about Tim Kylo wanting to help you save money on insurance. But if you're looking to get in shape, Mr. Gardner, can Athletic Republic help the folks out?
Definitely Athletic Republic. You can call them at 314-432-6103 or look them up at athleticrepublicstl.com. Charlie McDaniel, thanks for all your support through the years. A free training session involved in that phone call. So glad to have him back aboard.
It is. You know, and there's nothing better after a good workout than a Chick-fil-A sandwich, the official chicken sandwich, Randy.
Or to turn and sit on the couch and rewatch his CSN football
There
or
you
soccer
go.
broadcast. Big
There
win
you go.
for the CBC Cadet football team this past Friday night, 63-20.
Nicoletti's free kick, headed clear. Could be another opportunity here. Beck was trying to get the right foot on it, couldn't get there. And look at the speed of Colbeck to get back. Great effort. It was a great recovery tackle from Cole. Now the other Cole, Kiefer Cole. Now back in position, that was Jones. And that is going to be a foul. This will be a CBC free kick. Eilerman went down. He was pushed by number 8, I believe that is, Cade Polsak.
Yeah, great job staying engaged once the ball's lost, to stay engaged and quickly jump back into the play. Just that little bit of notice of a guy thinking you're coming.
Good control by Eilerman. And good vision to switch it to Kiefer Cole. Now Jones, inside. Ethan couldn't turn just quickly enough. That's back for Gardner. Tried to find Kiefer Cole. That's played through. That is going to be a foul, and we get a stoppage here. As Chase tried to prevent that run, you could see it happening. And doesn't look like we're going to see a card come out. Looks like just a conversation. That's what you want to see, early season, early game. It's been a well-contested game so far, but certainly nothing unsporting. Really a pretty clean game. 15:36, and that clock stopped. And it will resume with the whistle. Left-footed in, this should be Stones, and it is. Here you see those safe hands. The Cadets look to reset. 25 minutes into this first half. Hasn't been exactly what they want. If you're joining us a little bit late, maybe getting home from work, it was just 12 minutes in when Summit got out to the lead. It was Chase Palmer, the goal scorer. And since then, the Cadets have been chasing. They've had some good spells as we get a substitutions here. The clock stops. But there have been good spells for the Cadets, a couple of bursts. But you really haven't seen it lead to that clear-cut scoring opportunity yet. There's been some good runs, good exchanges, just kind of not clicking on all cylinders just yet.
Yeah, I think a key to this second part of this first half is going to be switching the ball quickly. We've seen the few times that the Cadets have had some momentum is the ball's played across the field and then up the field and back across quickly with nice short touches. The long ball across the field, I don't think is not working right now, but the slow, methodical here to there, across the field switch, and then back, we've been pretty successful with.
You know, and of course, the easiest thing in the world to say from the booth, but the importance of knowing, when to switch and when not to. Oh, and that is the first. Randy, we have the first ball search of the year.
We might need to clue everyone in if we have new viewers. We're starting the clock, which is the countdown to find how long it takes to actually find the ball in the wooded forest.
Yep, it was a slow, agonizing bounce. It was about 4 bounces to get over that fence. But that ball is working its way down a ravine where an intrepid ball boy now searches for it. We'll keep you posted on that search as we go. And as Eilerman hits the deck, Good flick there by Nicoletti. Eilerman keeps it in. Left-footed cross. Nobody there unless this is misplayed, which it kind of is. Will Matero had a go at it. Substitute on. That was 21, Joseph Della Croce. Another substitute getting in there. That's Cale Keller. Norkitis stepping up. Tried to hit it with the right. Ran into Evan Wade, who wasn't going to give him an inch. Cadets looking to rebuild the attack. Inside, left-footed shot. That's a save by Boger. It was a good hit with the left foot by Nico Garoni, though.
Yeah, good step over to create that space.
Garoni likes coming in from that far side, hitting it on the left. I was just about to say when that happened, that's not good. That's a giveaway to Travis Hill. That's poked ahead. Good run here from Will Matero. Still Will. He's got Eilerman over on the near side. And that is out. Nope, offside.
Yeah,
okay.
that little extra bounce on Matero caused them to pause just a second before he played that ball and put Eilerman offsides.
Now, a very important update. The ball boy has returned, but ballless. He's currently making his case to Coach Roy. And now I believe he is returning down the ravine. He's getting some helpful points of direction from the trainer, helping him suggest a direction in which the ball might have gone. Very helpful from the staff down there.
We should have a pair of extra sweatpants for the young men going in the wooded forest, I call it.
And he is going back down. 2.5 minutes in. We wish him well. 12 minutes on the clock in a first half that it's been about what you expect. First time out in the season. You're probably not going to come out and hit every pass and pull off every run this early, but you want to start developing those relationships, those trends. You've been practicing against each other, so you know what the guys on your own team are going to do to respond to various situations, but there is no substitute for going up against a team you haven't played. These two teams only met once last year as well. That was out at Summit. It was a 3-2 win for the Falcons. Got off to a 3-2 lead in the first half. The Cadets got one in the second half, or 3-1 lead, I should say. Cadets tried to come back, scored one in the second half, but just couldn't erase the lead, falling 3-2. Throw in. Well, that's a good bounce off Garoni, but right to Boger.
Last year, we started off the season with 3 losses and then 4 wins. It was kind of a back and forth. You didn't know where we really fit, what team we really had. And then you just kind of saw a seesaw the rest of the season. Never could kind of put it together consistently.
Take a moment to shout out to the ball boy who's still left on the other side. He is doing a heck of a job sprinting back and forth. You know, he's down a man, so he's covering both ends, and you can see him in the top of your frame there. He is booking it side to side, making sure he is where the action is. So that is some outstanding ball boying over there. I'm not sure what the verb is. Cadet crew starting the Fire Up CB chant as the Falcons are on the attack. Cole coming back. Nice tackle. He had support from Jetton.
Always these early games, whether it's football or soccer, when you're heading towards the far end, the sun plays a crucial role in cameras and us being able to see or not see the ball.
Yes, it is, and a lot of credit to Braden up there. You're not noticing the sun and his shot. He is doing a great job bringing you this one. We have a little bit yet to go before that sun is back down behind the trees, though. Nicoletti on the turn. Had some help. That's Della Croce. Jetton, one of the captains on this team, along with Norkitis and Nicoletti. Names you've heard quite a lot if you've been watching us for the last few years. That is going to be out. That will be referee saying CBC ball. I'll let you guess which half of the crowd the boos are coming from and who's clapping. But that is a CBC throw. I think that caught the players by surprise, too. Referee says, I'm going to give you the throw, Mr. Nicoletti, but you got to back up about 10 yards. There you go. 8:48 to go. Throw and taken short. That's actually off of a Falcon. Eilerman can't get there. Authoritative header from Evan Wade. Ball bouncing around over there. I think that was Light trying to bring it down. Couldn't do it. A good speed by Kiefer to get back. It's early, but you've seen a lot of great speed out of Kiefer Cole over there on the right. He's been called into action a fair number of times. Looks like some substitutions being readied for the Cadets. Seen a fair number of changes to this lineup. Such an important part of the early season. Just trying to give as many looks to as many guys as possible. While this substitution happens, we will let you know that at 6:48, I believe the ball boy has returned and grabbed a fresh ball. I will apologize to him tomorrow. If he did, in fact, find that, bring it up. But I thought he came back empty-handed, so we'll see. Might be somebody going down there in the morning to look for that one. 7:30 to go. Loose ball, right about the 20-yard line. Bringing it over here. Cadets still not a whole lot to write home about in terms of shots on goal. That's a deflection. Saw the idea. Brandon Dowdy was trying to let fly.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing earlier. Just if you have the space, go ahead and let one go. Make the keeper make a save. You saw what happened there. The ball deflected. We get a corner out of it. So
looking like another short corner here. This is Dowdy. He's got Norkitis there. Nope, Norkitis is backing off. Looks like Dowdy's going to hit this with the right. Just under 7 to go. Ball all the way across. And this will be a throw-in as the Falcons will make their substitution. Told you about Tim Kylo. If you are looking to save money on your insurance, give him a call, 842-4442, or send him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. He can insure anything you got, home, life, boat, anything. If you want a bundle, he can help you with that as well. So be sure to give him a call. Again, that's 314-842-4442, or send him an email, tim@timkylo.com. Chance for the Cadets, potentially. Left-footed shot, that is blocked. Dowdy can't get there. Might have hit the arm, but the arms were in tight against the body, so you're never going to get that. And this will be another throw-in for CBC. Some decent pressure building here with 6 to go. And we get a stoppage of the clock. Looks like we have a Falcon player who's down. One of his teammates is signaling substitution, so I hope he is okay.
Yeah, Tim, the proud sponsor of our Tim Kylo broadcast booth, whether it's here or on the road. He talked to me about having his name on the door, the press box, and proudly displayed on the press box entrance now is the Tim Kylo broadcast booth.
It's official.
It is official as of early this morning. This Friday night, we are excited to have the big Cardinal Ritter CBC varsity football game here on CSN. That game will be at 6 o'clock. It's a big one. If you want to get tickets and come and see it, you definitely want to get those early and get those online. If not, you'll be able to see the game here on CSN. You will also be able to see it on Huddle TV, but you will also be able to see it through a proud new partnership that we have with KMOV and Matrix Midwest. You will be able to see it on the Matrix Midwest live platform across the entire St. Louis region. So something really exciting for CBC football, for CBC, and for the CSN broadcasting program.
Injured Falcon appears to be okay. Looked like it was number 21, Dominic Cotila. And CBC, Coach Roy, interesting, you might have caught that on the camera there, bringing his team over during that delay just to kind of check in with them, give them a drink of water. So under 6 to go here in the first half. I would imagine that the word energy was probably used during that break, just trying to say let's make a nice strong finish here the last few minutes, see what we can make happen.
Yeah, I was going to say these last 5 minutes are crucial here.
And flicked on, cleared out. That'll be Jetton's to deal with. Jetton now alongside Cale Keller, number 18. This is Keller. I'm going to split the difference between DeGrief and Jetton. And it's all the way back to their own 10. Here comes Parker. Likes to carry the ball. He's good at it. Mentioned that he played a lot last year at midfield, so you know he's good on the ball. Not his finest moment, as it was a little behind Nicoletti. And now Summit has a chance. This is what you can't do. You can't give Summit a chance to get a few shots away here.
At this level, it's one mistake, and it's in the back of the net.
It's Dowdy and Camps come away with it. Brandon Dowdy hustling down the left flank. That was
he's
got
to be offside.
Crowd was all over the assistant referee on that one. Looked offside from here. Not sure what he saw down there.
5 yards offside.
And now this is a throw in to Summit, who will be in no rush to take this, but they like their chances. They're going to go fairly quickly. Good step by Keller. 4:12 remaining in this half. Now Cole. Jetton under pressure from the backside. Cole now under pressure too. Summit knowing that things are a little unsteady for CBC right now. Kiefer Cole hits the deck, and that is going to be, I believe, a free kick. It is. Taken very quickly. To be honest, not sure the ball stopped moving, but they let him play. Jetton. Norkaitis pokes it ahead. And you can see the idea. Camps just couldn't get there. Good alert read from Boger.
Yeah, and maybe a little further in the season, that play is a little bit tighter because they anticipate what each other are going to do.
Boger puts his foot through it with 3:27 to go. That's headed on. Between Nicoletti and Jetton, that's an awkward one. And to the spoils go Travis Hill. I suppose the way to say that would be to Travis Hill go the spoils. But it's early in the season, Randy. We shouldn't expect everything to be clicking up here.
It takes a while for the broadcasters to get in the flow of things,
it does.
too. It's been a while since we've been in the booth.
Been soccerless since November 5th, November 16th, 12th.
Thursday night, we will be on the air here on CSN. We will not have announcers. That game will be against Lindbergh at 6 o'clock here. So you'll be able to see the game with graphics, everything we usually do. We just will not have announcers for Thursday's game, and we'll let you know which ones we will. We'll be televising all the home games here on CSN, some with announcers, some without.
DeGrief controls. This is Keller. Norkaitis. Just over 2 minutes to go. Maybe get time for that one more chance. Don't want to force anything at this point and open yourself up. Because Summit is enjoying themselves at the moment. But under 2 to go. Now control. This is Dowdy. He's got nowhere to go. Look, he turns into that space, and there's not a single player within about 30 yards of him going that way. They'll sort that out as the season goes on. This is Cole now. He's had a good half, just trying to find that centering pass to Camps. Norkaitis had drifted out there with Cole came in. Yeah. Chance. Right-footed shot from Dela Croce is blocked. Just under 90 seconds now. Dowdy can't get there. Brandon Dowdy tries to bring it down. It's controlled and cleared by Evan Wade. Right-footed shot deflected, and that should be out for a corner kick. So CBC with a corner. Clock is still running. It's at 1:10. So you're going to have this corner plus a little bit of bonus time. I don't see a short man over there to help Norkaitis, so he is going to play this one in. CBC building primarily at that back post. Going to run back toward the ball. Under a minute now. Lofted far side. Oh, that's almost brought down. Good save by Boger, point blank. There's a scrum in there, and that comes away. I think it was Keller who almost got his foot on it. Just couldn't quite get the shot away as it was right underneath him. Now 38 seconds for Summit to counter. Keller, good job backtracking. Makes the challenge. Tries to poke it ahead for Camps with 28 to go. Cole reacts first to it. And that is going to be out. 14 seconds to go. Barring anything dramatic, we are going to go to half trailing 1-0. Clock hits 5. And one last kick for good measure. Buzzer's going to go, and the Cadets will go into halftime trailing 1-0 in a half that has seen a couple glimpses of promise, but for the most part has not been what the Cadets were hoping for. They went down just 12 minutes in. Chase Palmer opening the scoring for Summit, and the Cadets have been unable to respond with a goal or really much in the way of clear scoring opportunities. But the emphasis being just early season, you're going to figure it out. There's a lot of talent on the field for the Cadets.
Yeah, just we saw the little flashes of putting things together, so we can see it can work. I just think they're giving them a little bit too much space defensively to receive the ball, turn, and move with the ball. At the very beginning when we played pretty tight, we pressed. The only thing you have to worry about that part of the game, if you're going to press, you can get beat quickly because you can take two guys out of the play quickly if you're beaten with one ball. So regroup here at halftime, come out with I think a little more energy. You know, you come out of preseason sometimes and you're all pumped up thinking, hey, we're at this level, and maybe you're not there yet. So put it into perspective, come out with some energy, and see where this game takes you.
That's Randy Gardner. I'm Tom Eichwald. We're going to step aside for a few minutes at halftime. Stick around. We got more action coming on CSN. Welcome back to the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. We are all set for the second half. The Cadets trailing the Falcons of Summit High School by a score of 1-0. And as we said before the break, Randy, just kind of close a few moments, but need to see a little bit more sustained possession, a little quicker ball movement, and maybe some defensive issues that need to be seen to here in the second half. So a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, they have flashes. We've seen flashes where they put some passes together, move the ball back and forth. I think the movement across the field back and forth needs to be quicker, a little tighter. Don't let Rockwood receive the ball and turn. Defensively, be up on top of them. I like the high pressure early in the game, but you got to remember, if you're going to play high pressure, one pass can beat 2 or 3 guys, and then you're on the counterattack immediately. So you've got to press, but you still have to be a little bit safe here. I know we say this in every sport, every game. The next goal is crucial, but in this one, it definitely is.
We are underway. Cadets looking like they are starting this half the way they started the game. So that is DeGrief in goal, and in front of him, Nicoletti, Cole, Gardner, Jetton, Norkitis, Beck, Camps, Jones, Dang, and Sheramatero. That being Will Sheramatero. And we'll give you the numbers for Summit as soon as we have them. His first chance goes in from Kiefer Cole. That is Boger in goal. I'll try to give you those as soon as we have them. Of course, right now, nobody's showing us the numbers. All right, here are some numbers. Looks like Caden Dingus. You have Wyatt Etchen. As at the other end, they're attacking. That was A.J. Tui. Trying to cut inside. Dang intercepts. And fouls. Trying to see the rest of that Falcon defense. Looks like number 11, the other center back there, Evan Wade. Right back is about to hit this one. Being very good about denying us a number here.
Sun starting this set here.
Turning into a gorgeous evening for soccer.
Lights on.
Right-footed in-swinger, and that is right into the mitts of DeGrief. He's going to play it short. Gardner will get it started. Looking straight down the flank. Nobody there. This will be a throw. Early ball control test in the second half for the cadet crew down there. Did all right with it. Not too bad.
Summit not afraid to take their time here.
I was going to say.
If you're going to take your time with a minute left, you might as well do it with 39 minutes left.
No rush for Caden Dingus to get over here. We'll give you some more numbers while we see them. Over here on the left, Jack Steele. In front of him, 8, 5, and 2. So that is Polsak, Parmer, and Nusser. Yeah, good idea there. You can see Jack Steele was looking down the flank, trying to poke it ahead for the goal scorer, Parmer. Doesn't find him, and now I have to say, credit to the referees for being very insistent on throw-ins being taken from the right place. That has been consistent both ways as Kiefer gets backed up. Now Stevie on the turn. Fire up CB again going from the cadet crew. And the team could use it. Need just that little bit of jolt to get him going. This is Dang. Cutting inside on the right foot. Finds Will Sheramatero. Looking ahead, finds Norkitis, who drifted out there. And Norkitis and Nicoletti just on different pages.
Yeah, it's the simple things right now. It's just the simple things that we're not connecting on. Just the little receiving the ball, keeping it inside of a hula hoop, taking the ball, and just that easy, simple two-yard pass.
This one played back for Stone. This is awkward. Had to clear it one time with his left. Gardner steps. It's played in behind by Nusser. Jack Steele working against Kiefer Cole. Good job by Kiefer. And he clears down the flank. That is going to be out. This will be a throw-in. He had no idea that was coming, but badly timed drink break for the ball boy. Had his hands on the bottle of Sprite he's got, went right by him. It's a long throw. NFL-style spiral from Caden Dingus. Had a great view of that one on the camera. You could just see it.
Yeah.
Now, turn from Jones. Chased down by Dingus, still Stevie. Good strong possession from Stevie. Now, who's he got in front of him? That's Dang out there on the left. Tries to go down the middle for Camps. Actually, to be fair, he had Camps and Dang and kind of split the difference between them right at the defender. And now Summit switches over to the near side.
It's a good switch by Summit.
It was. This is Steele. Left-footed cross. Stone came for it. Still bouncing around. And this is going to be a foul called against Summit, as I think that's Parker Jetton. Got hit pretty hard there, and we're going to get a stoppage of play because there appears to be an injury near the head. So that is going to be a stoppage every time just to make sure everybody's okay. Hate to see the injury, but always good to see the stoppage just to make sure that safety is the most important thing as the trainer's going to come out.
Yeah, talking to Coach earlier before the game, and we touched on this in the first half in terms of that attack quickly and the freedom to be creative with the ball. Not playing almost just one style, and this is where the kind of style we're going to play. The freedom to be creative. If you see something, if you want to play the ball long, play the ball long. If you don't, if you see something short, move the ball. I like that freedom, and as a player, it gives you a lot of I guess freedom would be the word, to be creative, to do different things and not think you're pigeonholed into that one specific style of play. I like when the backs push up. We saw Nicoletti, we saw Cole kind of both push up into the play, and we got a lot of pressure when we saw that. But here, 5 minutes into second half, we've seen the backs not pulling out in the midfield, not pulling up too much space as we push up the field. There's no outlet.
Well, we were talking a little bit during halftime about where your player leaders are going to step up. Who's going to be the one that kind of comes out and says way too much space, move over. You need to be talking like that. Sometimes that's your goalkeeper, but sometimes that's really kind of one of the backs or maybe defensive midfield. You look at somebody like Norkitis, who's just been in that midfield so much over the years. Just the ability to start recognizing who's out of position and being able to move your teammates around. It's something we may not see tonight. It might be something that takes a few games to develop, or somebody who just gets frustrated over a couple of games like this and just says, I'm not going to take it anymore. Somebody, it's just those little things that you learn early in the season that I'm excited to watch this team figure out. We do have Cale Keller on for Parker Jetton. We also have Stevie Jones coming over to this near side. That's not a change. That was just him getting back in position, it looks like. And Summit trying to attack down their right side. Keller steps, man gets in behind him, center, and that was a great opportunity for Nusser. He just couldn't connect on it. Seems like so many of those loose balls are just finding a pair of Summit feet. Good poke ahead by Norkitis. This is an opportunity here. Boger comes out. He gets his man. That is a penalty kick. That is a penalty kick. Stevie Jones uses his speed to get in position. Boger comes out, misses the ball, gets the man. You're going to see that called every single time. So this is a great opportunity for CBC. It was Norkitis who came up, poked it ahead. Good job by Stevie. Use that speed to get there first and forces the mistake out of Boger. Golden opportunity here.
That's one of those plays where you teach something, don't give up, even though you don't think you can get maybe in a goal-scoring opportunity like what he had, just that touch past him. The keeper's got to take him down.
And this is Stevie. Stevie Jones against Braden Boger, 12 yards between them. Ball is down. Stevie's going to take a pretty straight run up. Making sure everybody is where they should be. Looks like they are. Whistle goes. It's going to be Stevie with the right. Sends him the wrong way. 1-1. So that is a equalizer from the spot. Makes it 1-1. We get the putt and 10 the flag celebration in the corner with Stevie Jones and Nathan Dang. And the Cadets will come back out level. So one run from Norcitis pokes it ahead. The speed of Jones forces a mistake out of Boger. And then Stevie sends the keeper the wrong way from the spot. Really well taken PK. Faked like he was going to pull it across and then just opened up the hips and foot at the last minute, tucked it away to the keeper's left-hand side. Well done.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that high energy, too, like we talked about in terms of pushing that ball forward and just letting things happen, be creative.
Nicoletti in a foot race over there. I think that's going to be a foul. We get a stoppage of the clock, and that is
yellow, too.
Going to be a yellow card for Adam Nicoletti. So he will have to make his way off the field. First booking of the game. That with just under 34 remaining. So your left back is going to start. He's got the rest of the way to go on a caution. Good sign, Parker Jetton back on the field. So that means he has been checked and cleared. So that is what you want to see as Jetton comes back out. He will slot in at center back. Well, he's man marking now. We'll tell you as soon as they settle back in. Looks like the referee offering an explanation of 10 yards to Nathan Dang. Nathan takes one step to his left at his goalkeeper's direction. And now it's going to be a right-footed free kick. Decent area. See a cross in. There it is, right to the PK spot. Through everybody. Just missed a couple of heads. And good job by Kiefer Cole to dispossess. Now Stevie, good run by Connor Camps ahead. Camps, if he can get away, could be in business here. Cuts inside. Through, looking for Dang. Great pass. Dang! Oh, it's off the side of the post. What a pass that was through.
CBC goal scored by number 10, Stevie Jones.
There you hear the announcement of Stevie's goal. I thought that was a mistaken announcement of that one as it hit the outside of the post, but the original goal had not been announced yet. So that did not go in. Dang misses the opportunity, but what a pass that was across.
Yeah, great job taking, and it was a great ball out here in the midfield by Stevie Jones just to bring that ball through his feet and getting it into a playing position.
Yep.
Simple things like that make that made that whole play.
And then you have to credit Camps for the pass across, right on the foot of Dang. Just the angle closed down a little bit and couldn't get that turn on the inside of the post. But another promising start. And you are seeing more energy out of CBC here in the second half. They look like a much livelier team.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes after a goal is so crucial for both teams.
Camps. Oh, that is a good tackle there by Wyatt Etchen. If he doesn't make that tackle, Stevie was in. You could see that Camps had seen it, and that was a connection that almost paid off. So great job by Etchen. Could have been a goal saver right there.
Yeah. A couple of times, Connor Camps, and when that ball's coming up to him, it's not hiding it enough per se. That ball is so...
You can't not notice it.
You can't. I mean...
You get distinct pattern on the ball, just makes it...
And I'm old school. That you know from all these years,
yeah.
I don't like that.
I was going to say...
I don't like it. I come from the school, both feet down, straight over the head.
And we're going to see Kiefer with his throw-in.
I was going to say, let's see what he does with this throw-in. The correct form, very nice.
Correct. If unspectacular viewing, the 8-yard throw to your teammates. And that's out. This will be another long throw, so you're going to see Caden Dingus let fly here. And look where everybody is. Everybody's at the PK spot. This is essentially a corner kick. They're massed right at the PK spot, top of the 6-yard box. And that's flicked on. Good awareness by Stone. That can be really hard to react to sometimes. And great hands, because sometimes when that comes over, you think somebody's going to flick it. All of a sudden, it falls right in front of you. And so hard to be composed and catch that, and you can make a mess of that in a hurry. So good job by Stone.
Didn't we have that last year where the ball was thrown directly in?
Got a cadet player down in the backfield, but Will Sharamatero is away. Fights through a little bit of contact, more contact. He's still on his feet. Looks like Norkitis down at the other end. Crossed. Dang can't get there. And we are now going to get a stoppage for the injury. That is Ethan Norkitis down. He went down right about his own 34-yard line. Might be just in the edge of your shot there. But he went down right away after some contact. Didn't actually see what happened. The referee's going to go over, check on him. And the trainer will come out as Ethan starts to get to his feet. 30 minutes, 20 seconds. If you want to get in shape, Athletic Republic can help you. You want to tell folks about Athletic Republic, Randy?
Sure. A free training session for anybody who calls or contacts Athletic Republic. You can call them at 314-432-6103 or athleticrepublicstl.com. Once again, a free training session. Charlie McDonough and the crew over there, proud supporters here of CSN for many years. Glad to have them back on board. So make sure to give them a shout out. Call them and tell them you saw it on CSN.
Now that ball was in play when the referee stopped it, so this will go back to Boger. And we will resume with the ball in the keeper's hands.
Now, it did look like, I'm going to step back about 20 seconds here. It did look like earlier in that play, we've got to start the clock again here for us. It looked like early in that play there was a foul, and he started to put his whistle in his mouth and then let the play go on. I'd much rather have the foul there.
Are you talking about down here with Sharamatero?
Yeah, early.
There was definitely some contact there, and I think in the break, not sure if you would have seen it on camera, I think Sharamatero was asking for an explanation from the official, who gave it a cordial conversation, which is good. Just over 10 minutes gone here in the second half. That's a nice cross in. Good header by Kiefer Cole. And the Kiefer's been excellent over here on the right side tonight. Sharamatero loses his balance.
But a 10 on the dive scale there. That was very nice.
It was a good arm flail, and the key is the arching of the back, which he got good extension on. So I like that. Good skip by Dang. And loses control. He's got backup. I think Nicoletti was expecting that to come to him. That's actually not Nicoletti over there. Is that Della Croce, I believe.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Yep. A few substitutions have been made. A couple of new numbers out there. You can see the idea. We're looking for Stevie over here on the right side. Della Croce drops in. Beck can't get his foot on it. Stevie tries to control. And it's Beck. He's going to go in, can't block. And it comes off the feet of Jake Curran.
Game starting to open up a little
Yes,
bit on both sides of the ball in terms of space.
There's Gardner for Jones. 28-28 on the clock.
That's the things I think we'll incorporate as the season goes on. The simple ball like that creates a breakaway. It's 3-4 yards too far.
Well, just, where is the timing? Where is Kiefer's starting position? They'll start to figure out. Also, Jones played so much on the wings last year. Clearly being given some freedom, as that's an unfortunate header. Keller fortunately backs up. But Jones drifting a little more inside. So starting to figure out those passes from the middle of the field, which looks very different from passing it from the wings. So those little timing things that they'll sort out. This will be a throw in for Dingus, who's in no hurry. Looks like CBC did make a substitution there as well. Coming onto the game is Robbie DeLong. And looks like, is that Dang giving a break over there? I believe so.
Good talk there by Stone, calling him off that one.
You can tell how much confidence Coach Roy has in these guys and their technical ability by how eager they are to play out from the back, play in from short corners. They have the ability. DeLong makes a run over here on the near side, but Evan Wade's slide tackle intercepts that before it could open up. DeLong was through on this right side, and he puts his head down, sprints out to the wing again. Gardner looking forward, takes a couple deflections. Might get another go at this. Brings it down, poke ahead. And that's a good turn.
Get yourself in the box. That's a good ball.
Yeah, some of those loose balls starting to come CBC's way. Said a few minutes ago that they were all finding Falcon feet. Now they're starting to find some cadet feet.
Yeah, and I think the difference between that is now that that first step we're taking, we're engaging much more quickly than what we did in the first half. Closing that space just by one step can make a huge difference.
We have a corner kick here. This will not be a short corner. Should be an in-swinger. It's lofted. Hits a Falcon head. Comes all the way through. And this is Steele. Cole there to intercept the pass that was headed for Parmer. And now Kiefer Cole going the other way. Cuts inside. Oh, good idea. Just doesn't find a way through to Shermatera there. It's just those sorts of passes.
Yep, and we've seen it all night long. And it's not that it's a bad play or a bad idea. The execution's just a foot or a yard off.
Gardner on the switch. He's got Stevie Jones, who's moved over to the left side now. Follow-up run from Dela Croce. He hits the deck, and that's cleared. This will be a free kick to CBC and a good area to whip across in.
I was going to say, how can you not call that? I didn't think he was going to put the whistle in the mouth, but...
And he does call it, brings it back, and this is going to be a good chance now for CBC.
From a referee's perspective, sometimes when the ball is across the field like that and something happens, it's really hard to tell because you're in front of the play. You're trusting that the guy didn't take a dive, so it almost becomes a sound thing too. You can hear who yells and how loud they yell. And
this will be an in-swinger. You've got...
drive this ball through there. Don't float it. Drive it.
You got Keller and Beck in the 6-yard box. Gotta love Cole Beck getting in there and mixing it up with Boger, the goalkeeper. Undaunted by a considerable size disadvantage, just getting in there and causing problems. This one comes almost all the way through, and that is going to be out. This will be a goal kick. 24-10 to go. If you are looking to save money on your insurance, you want to call our friend Tim Kylo. He's the best in the business. He's also our presenting sponsor and a CBC alum. We are so grateful for his support. He has saved members of the CBC community thousands of dollars on insurance for home, life, boat. If it can be insured, he's your guy. You can call him 314-842-4442 or send him an email, tim@timkylo, that's KILO.com. Players back in position. Boger's going to hit this with 23:35 remaining on the clock. And that is going to float out of bounds. Good flick header from a student photographer. Not exactly what they were looking for. And that's brought in by Coach Jacober. Good hands on him. Brought it in soft as a baby. No spin, just controlled that. Summit trying to play out on that right side. This is where CBC can turn the screw a little bit and start mounting some pressure.
Like all through here, that's the spacing and the turn that you cannot allow. Like there and then back.
Good pressure by DeLong. Yeah, Keller going to get called for that one. Just came in full head of steam, and that will be a free kick to the Falcons.
We've seen the pace pick up a lot here. more so, I think, out of the cadets than Summit here in the first half. Of the second half, one of those things you worry about, though, maybe becoming too, I don't want to say confident, but too forward-thinking, and then get beat on the quick counterattack.
And Summit has shown they have the ability to do that. They've had a few counters tonight that have been promising. Their goal in the first half came off of just kind of a little pass inside, somehow miscommunication in the defense. Palmer just was given a little bit too much space and made him pay. So you don't have to make a huge mistake for this team to get you.
There you go.
And there's a corner kick for CBC. But we've come to expect that year in, year out. Summit, being a little bit smaller school in the classes, but they are always a well-coached team. They always field a great 11, and they are just a hard team to beat.
Well, and you look around the entire St. Louis area, back in the 80s when I played high school soccer, there's 4 or 5 teams that were really good, and then you had.
This is DeLong's corner. Goes through, headed down. Keller will get to put this one right back in. Wants it on his right foot, cuts it onto his left. Now he wants it on his right again, comes inside, tees up Gardner. There's Keller, goal! That's a goal for Cale Keller, assisted by Chase Gardner. 20:52 remaining. Great run in by Keller. You could tell he wanted it on the right foot.
That whole play looked like it was in slow motion.
It did.
How did he get so much time and space to get the ball in there?
Well, usually you say that you need to be able to, attack with both feet and get him on the left. Keller just wanted to keep going back to his right. I think they were actually waiting for him to go to his left. They kept trying to show that, and he just kept coming inside. And Keller tucks it away. He kind of poked it back for Gardner, who couldn't do much with it as it was right on top of him, and then Keller tucks it away. The Falcons had collapsed on the goal line, which is the only reason that wasn't offside. Although the referees are conferring, referee and linesman over here, just making sure that there were 2 men behind the ball. They are content with this goal, and the Cadets with a 2-1 lead. So you've got 2 central defenders combining for a goal inside the opposing 6-yard box. If you had that on your bingo board, I would like to buy one of those bingo boards from you. But it doesn't matter how they go in as long as they find the back of the net. And, we're going to get a stoppage here. We might have a card. We do. So that is a card given to Nusser for a pretty physical challenge on Jude Light.
I think that foul's on us. We got the yellow.
I think that's a yellow to Nusser, who's being told to move off the field. He's a little bit confused by it. Waiting to see a clarification, and the referee did point, so that is Nusser with the yellow card. So he joins Nicoletti in the book. Only 2 players in this game with a booking.
Everybody was moving like it was their ball.
Yep, and Jude is okay, which is good to see. But just thought Nusser came in a little bit late, got a little bit too much of him for the officials' liking. Blew the whistle, thought about it for a second before he stopped play. So you always want to see a referee think about it for a second, not rush into anything. And as we say so often, you can always tell what a coach thinks about a booking by how quickly the player comes back out. There is a rule that you have to go off the field, but no rule for how long you have to be out. Gardner's free kick.
In the 60th minute, CBC goal scored by number 18.
You hear the goal being announced.
Keller.
That is out. This will be a Summit throw.
Play by number 4, Chase Gardner. Keller from Gardner from the Cadets in the 60th minute.
And the player subbed back on. It wasn't Nusser. It was number 12, Travis Hill, coming back on. We love Kale chants from the Cadet crew. Serenading Cale Keller, the goal scorer. And it looks like Coach Wade for Summit getting an explanation on the booking. It's another thing you always want to see. Referee who's comfortable going over and explaining something to a coach or a player who asks for an explanation. Certainly you don't endorse talking back to the referee, but I think you're entitled to an explanation of exactly what the call was, and you always want to see those conversations happen. It's when you avoid those that you start getting into problems. Under 20 minutes to go. Cadets lead. Good challenge from Kiefer Cole. He's going to lose out second time around, though. Quick feet from Quinn LaRocque. But it finds Norkitis. You could see the idea as he was trying to find Della Croce over there, and that's Garoni, never mind. That's over there on the left wing. Collision in the middle. This will be a CBC ball.
Yeah, the pace is going to pick up here for about 5 minutes out of both teams, especially Rockwood, as they'll try to push a little bit. If we can survive that pressure right now and slow the game, even if now it's you take and just dump it a couple of times just to take the pressure off and just move forward. But what you can't do, great ball.
Yes, it was. That was Della Croce made that happen with the turn. Now it's Stevie.
Hit it.
Thought about it. Instead pokes it inside. Just thought about pulling the trigger but hesitated. Stevie's a player who can hit him from there, so he's got license if he wants it. Good step there. This is Della Croce, and we've got a foul called against Light. This will be a free kick going out. Starting to see more of those passes connect for the Cadets, which is good. That in itself is a win in the first game if you start finding a little bit of a rhythm with passing, which has taken a while. But you're seeing fewer balls. In the first half, it was just pass after pass, just passed out of bounds or straight to the opposition. Starting to see those connections start to form. And importantly, you're seeing it with different groups of players. You're not just seeing it with the same 2 or 3 guys. You got some new names out there like Jude Light out here, being backed up by Robbie DeLong.
And the one thing you don't want to do right now is fall into a defensive shell.
Yep.
You'll look, I don't know how much you can see on the screen right now. You can see a little bit. The Cadets very spread out. You've got their entire team spread out across the field, which creates a lot of space on the field. And when you're in possession of the ball like what we are now, it gives you a lot of opportunity to move the ball.
Norkitis looking down the wing. And that is going to be a foul called. Is that
Stevie Jones, I think.
Yeah, I think that's Stevie over there. Just maybe had a hand up into the back, according to the official. No, that's not Stevie. That's, is that Jude up there?
Oh, it is
I think
Jude,
that's 16. Yeah. 16 and 10 can look an awful lot alike from times.
You forgot your binoculars.
I did. I left my binoculars at home. It's the early season broadcast malaise. Just got out the door and didn't even think. I didn't bring my customary Scotch tape down to the stadium. There's all kinds of things we're feeling out here in the first broadcast of the season.
The numbers are easier to see tonight on both jerseys.
Yes, they are.
Probably won't be the case for many games this year, but
let the good times roll when they wear those nice big numbers. 16:28 to go. Headed on. Again. Brought down. Summit trying to clear. They got nowhere to go if they get this, though. And Rockwood Summit is in danger of getting pinned back pretty deep here. They're going to clear those, and they have to clear their lines. They have to sprint forward when this happens. Otherwise, you do get pinned back, like you said about us a minute ago. To their credit, they did a nice job springing back into position when that ball got played back for CBC. This is Cale Keller. Steps up, pokes it into the channel, looking for DeLong. DeLong just beaten to it, and that's going to be a foul. That's been a foul all night. I have to say, been a pretty well refereed game so far.
Right, and no harm done down here. You know, that takes 10, 15, 20 seconds off the clock. It's not in a dangerous position. Gives the Cadets a chance to kind of fall back in and reset. 15
minutes to go in this one. The Cadets lead 2-1. fell behind in the first half. Chase Palmer putting Summit ahead 1-0. That is how the half ended. Here in the second half, it was a PK just 6 minutes into the half. Stevie Jones converting on a PK that he earned. Boger, the goalkeeper, with the foul. And now we get a little bit of dust up here as cooler heads prevail. After Stevie's penalty, it was just about 14 minutes later, Cale Keller, assisted by Chase Gardner. Again, 2 defenders inside the 6-yard box combining for a goal to give you the lead. Now we're starting to see the intensity ratchet up with 14.5 remaining. Keller with the right foot. He's looking for DeLong. It's not there for him, but it's a CBC throw. Substitutions now being readied for both teams. First, we'll see the sub for Summit. Looks like it's going to be Dominic Cotila giving way, and then DeLong and Beck will give way for CBC. Will Matero and Nathan Dang in. Clock is still running, just below 14 minutes. This is Cole. Dela Croce. Will Matero, quick feet to get there first. Cuts inside. It's a good pull. Now Norkaitis. See him play it out wide. Still Ethan. He's got pressure from behind him. Steps into it and steps up. Boger punches that away. I was
going to say that's what happens when you just drop a ball into the box. Creates a dangerous moment.
Yep. Looked like he was kind of initiating contact. Didn't want to be trying to hold on to the ball if he was going to take some feet near the hands. Could have created a juicy one for CBC. And Stone's going to come out, claim this one, plays it back in. Ooh. He is going to claim that's exactly what he intended to do, and he will maintain that the rest of his life. That's the way those work.
Ultimately, it worked.
No harm. If the ball doesn't end up in the back of the net, you're good. Nice of the cadet crew to back up his story, too. Really leaning into that one.
Could have really easily went the other way also.
Yeah, typically, even if you got that dominant foot, which is the right for Stone, you don't play it back in when you get the ball in that position.
And it's hard to see where he was at on the edge there.
Yep. This is flicked on, and composure from Stone there. $12 minutes for CBC to hold on to this lead. That is the worst thing they could be thinking right now. Anytime you're thinking about how long you've got to hold a lead, you start falling back and you can get pinned and end up in real trouble. You have to force yourself to think about getting forward. Even though it's your first game, you got to lean into that summer conditioning. It's a nice, cool night. You've been training in hot weather all summer, so this is a good chance to show that you got what it takes.
Yeah, I think you stay with your game plan. And a lot of teams will fall into that, we've got to keep that extra man back or that extra 2 guys back. And that's how you get pinned in and get beat with the cheap goal. Keep a couple guys up high.
Yep.
Spread them out. Make them think defensively about you. It pulls those guys back.
Good turn inside. And this is going to be a corner kick. Yep, they give it the corner. So good chance here for Summit. CBC just 1 man up. That is Jude Light. He is at his own 40 on the football numbers. His nearest teammate is inside the penalty area. So that is his job. His job is to chase down anything, hold up as long as possible. Good way to end up with a few bruises. But that is what he has to do. So he is pivotal right now as he has to hold it. And the next thing that has to happen if CBC can clear this is those players have to sprint forward to support him because he can't hang on forever. First, though, the corner from Summit is all the way through. And they'll get another go at this. Stone gets a hand on it. That's at the back post.
I was going to say that first one had to be offsides because he came from an offsides position in the corner.
Yeah, so it was a little bit awkward there, but that is because it was an offside position, so CBC will clear it.
And I know they say, the new rule across the MLS Premier League is not to put the flag up until the play's over. But in high school, you don't have VAR. So now you let that go and they score. Now you've got a conversation between the two, and there's no proof. If you think he's offside, put the flag up immediately.
Well, and the other side of that argument is, do you risk injury if you continue to play, even though you're going to stop it? Especially without VAR, I am a fan of you blow it as soon as the flag goes up.
If it's an apparent offside. There's so many that you see that everybody in the entire stadium knows the guy was offside, but they let it continue to play. Now, if it's close, I totally understand and I get that.
This is Harper Edwards. Kind of an awkward distance. It's going to have to be a little chip toward that back corner of the 6-yard box, somewhere between there and the penalty spot. That's where you go with this. And that's where he put it. Oh, good flick. Almost found his man. And that is going to be a goal kick.
That was a great ball.
It really was. That's all you can do from there. Here you hear Scott Brown making the announcement about Thursday's game against Lindbergh. As Randy said, that will be on CSN, 6 o'clock on Thursday. We won't be bringing you the game as announcers, but you will have the pictures, you'll have the graphics, you'll have the whole works, apart from our voices. And we're going to get a stoppage here. And I think we're going to get a booking for Nico Garoni. So something right at the end of that play was not to the referee's liking. So you have a yellow card given to Garoni.
Looked like maybe his arm kind of came around and caught him. It looked accidental, nothing on purpose. But anytime you get the arm, wrist, whatever, hand up in the face.
Doesn't help your case when it happens directly in front of the opposing coaches. Which is where that happened, and now CBC trying to get that substitute on. Coach John Theobald trying to get an explanation as they try to work. It's like Cole Beck they're trying to get back on. And Theo, I think, still waiting for an explanation. This time Coach Roy will get the explanation. Clock is stopped at 8.5 to go. So no time being lost here. Della Croce comes off. And I believe that is Beck coming back on. Everybody has their numbers. Coaches have the explanations. And we're going to resume. When we do, this will be a driven ball with the left foot. 8.5 remaining. There it is. Floats just a little bit. Falls down right on the head of Cale Keller. And that is going to come in.
That's a good ball.
Stone is there. That is off the head of Parmer, but he had DeGrief all over him, and I think it does hit Stone's arm because, no, it doesn't. I thought he signaled corner, but they're going to call a goal kick.
Yeah, great job by Stone coming out and challenging that ball instead of just, a lot of times he'll stop and wait and see what he's going to do.
Yeah, so he puts the man off just enough.
And a good job defensively. When you've got your back to somebody chasing that ball and they cut it and turn in the box like that, that's where you get that PK from behind.
Keller clears. Summit looks to play back in. They're going right down the middle, but Keller gets there and Norkaitis helps him mop up. Now this is where you have to take advantage of these opportunities. You've been a little bit under pressure, and that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to give it away right away. Stevie on the turn. Loses out. This is Edwards. Cross in, and Stone does well to get to that. It was Wyatt Etchen who crossed it in with the left. And it's CBC's turn to be in no rush to play this. Although we get a stoppage and something that wasn't to the referee's liking. We get the yellow card very quickly pulled out of the pocket. That is a card to Harper Edwards, number 14. So the referee's notebook getting a little bit of activity here.
That had to be something verbal.
It didn't have any bookings in the first half. In the second half, it's been Nicoletti and Garoni for CBC, Nusser and Edwards for Summit. Under 7 minutes to go. Keller with the free kick. Poked on by Shermatero. Falls down for Dang. Just loses it under his foot. If he had taken another touch, you could see he was thinking about the belter there. This is where the skill of Summit can really hurt you if you give him a chance to.
Well, and you look there, the simple loss of possession turns, and it's immediately almost turned into a goal-scoring opportunity. It's where you got to take that ball, hide it under your feet, and protect it.
Summit trying to find a way back into this game. And if you're CBC, you need to take control of the ball. Just take the air out of this game. It's flicked on. This should be a goal kick. Corner. It was deflected, so this will be a corner kick to Summit. Nervy moments. 5:48 to go. We may go down to the wire here in the season opener. Crossed in. Cleared out. Good job by Nicoletti to close that down. And the fence does its job.
Barely.
Barely. I think we might still be down a ball. 5:16 to go. We're going to see a long throw here. This is going to be dangerous. It's going to be awkward. You have to be decisive and attack this ball. Good catch by Stone. That's a nice header on target. And Stone, take your time. There you go. Push up. Get everybody where you want them.
Yeah,
basically, make the ref tell you have to play this.
I was going to say, this is where you just drive it out.
And a bit of a mishit. Helped on by Norkitis. Foot race. Camps. He's going to be beaten to it. That's a really nice tackle by Wyatt Etchen, the senior.
Right. Good job by Camps. Just keep continuing to press and force that.
Now 4:28, this is where you kill this game right here. Don't need to force anything. You just need to make Summit chase this ball.
Right. And honestly, when the ball's down in the corner like this and it's throwing, maybe one of the most dangerous throw-ins you can have, because there's not much space offensively there for you. So you got to throw the ball straight across the field where the counterattack.
And that's going to be given.
Can just take and get and go, and you've got three guys totally out of the play.
So that is out off of Summit, so this will be a CBC throw. Clock below 4 now. Dang wins the free kick. As he is fouled by a befuddled Jack Steele. How often do you see that? Striker just leans into the defender. Defender just kind of wraps an arm around him. They both fall down. Striker's generally going to get that call.
Again,
good job by Dang.
It comes into the positioning of the official. You know, it's
whose transgression does he see? Now we've got a two-man wall here. They are guarding against the right-footed shot, and they're going to slide more there. But they're going to take it with the right. And that wall completely broke down. Are they going to say that the wall needs to hold its 10 yards? Or is this going to be a free kick going out? I wonder if there's a foul in the wall. You know, if you had a CBC player, maybe a little bit too much contact with the players who were in that wall trying to break it up.
I'm not sure. I didn't even see anybody in the wall.
Yeah, somebody went right up to it. I'm not sure what the call is, but it doesn't matter. We may find out later, we may not. 2.5 to go, that's all that matters. Dang wins a free kick. We're starting to get into adjust your shin guards type time of the game. Cole's going to adjust the jersey. Maybe adjust that tape on his wrist, make sure everything's good to go. Steal a yard or two, throw it towards Camps. And Dang is going to hit the floor there. He wins another one. There is an art to winning a free kick, and we could have a new artist emerging. This is a free kick for CBC that they're in no rush to take. And we get a clock stoppage while they sort this out, just to make sure no further time wasting occurs. Cale Keller trying to get an explanation of exactly where he's supposed to put the ball. I like the clock stopping there. I think that's a good move. You don't want a team just kind of riding out the clock, trying to figure out where the ball should go. Stop the clock, get it where it should be, and let play continue.
Trying to get our clock caught up with the game clock.
1:32 on the game clock. The clock you were seeing is not the official time. The official time is on the board, which is 1:24. There's a shoulder off the ball. Referee lets it play. Minute 15 to go. This is Nusser back into the game. That is out. It'll be a CBC throw. Nicoletti will take it. Instead, he's going to leave it. He's going to leave it for a center back, which CBC never does. That's just a way to get 10 seconds off the clock. And that never goes in. This is out. 52 seconds. Summit trying to get the ball back from the CBC bench. 47 seconds. He's going to fling this. It's a good throw. Met by CBC. Ooh, good clearance by Beck. Takes a bit of a late knock there, but the referees let it play. Under 30. Ball bouncing around. Summit has to get this forward somehow. Try to get one more desperate chance. There they go, and this should be Stones all day. He's going to let it roll as far as he can, and he's going to fall on it with 13 seconds to go, and that might just about kill this one. He's going to wait another second or two. He's going to kick it as far as he possibly can. Clock hits 3 as that ball hits the ground, and Camps helps it on. That is going to do it. First half ended 1-0 to Summit, but a second half comeback sees the Cadets take it by a score of 2-1. They are undefeated on their one-game season as they beat the Summit Falcons by a score of 2-1.
And Tom, it's one of those games where they did what they needed to do to win this game. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't. There were a lot of things that can be improved. First, it's the first game. Some of those things are expected, some maybe not expected, some of the simple ball control type things, but they did what they needed to do to win. They come back and play a Lindbergh team that we've always kind of been either knocking around or being knocked around by. So that game, they'll have practice tomorrow, but then Thursday they're right back in this thing.
So the best soccer is ahead. This was not the best soccer that you're going to see CBC play. They're still finding themselves, still finding the gear, still finding those connections. But as you said, you need to find out if you got a team who can go out there when it's not working and find a way, and they did. So it is goals from Stevie Jones from the spot, and then Cale Keller, assisted by Chase Gardner, that sees CBC past the Falcons of Summit High School, again, by a score of 2-1. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, whether you're a Summit fan or a CBC fan watching. We've been glad to have you. CBC Lindbergh on Thursday night. That is at 6 p.m. We'll have a full broadcast, just no announcers. So there's nothing wrong with your set if you're not hearing us on Thursday. That game is at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, Friday night, 6 o'clock, football, CBC versus Cardinal Ritter. That'll be from right here in the Tim Kylo broadcast booth. We hope you'll join us a couple more times this week. We've been glad to have you. For all of us at CSN, for Randy Gardner, from all of us at CBC, have a wonderful night. We'll see you on Thursday.